Perspective Podcast is fuel for your mind and creative grind. Each week, we break down the art of healthy hustling, overcoming the inner critic, and growing your creative business.
But the point is, for me, it's almost like a mania. And I've got the self-awareness to recognize I can't always be manic, but man, it feels good when you're in that mode, because it's like, you feel like Superman. It's like anything's possible. And when my startup started taking off, I was like, holy crap, I feel invincible. I feel on fire. This is the most exciting thing in the world. And I do get that helping coaching students. And I do get that when I hear from people in the DMs and they're experiencing that growth. And I get it when I geek out with like-minded people like you guys. It, like, even right now, I just got goosebumps on my neck talking about this. I can feel like happiness and joy just like coursing through my limbs. I don't know what to call that apart from passion, but like, that is my motivation. That's why I'm a workaholic, because for me, I don't get that feeling sat, drinking a beer or watching Netflix. It's only when I start talking about this stuff, I could speed talk in both your faces for the next 9 hours and not take a breath.
And I would feel like I'm somewhere right in the middle of both. I have that very Midwest competitiveness, that fire, that inner fire. I feel like you articulated something I didn't really could say to myself. If my mind sees something, it's a done deal. I'm going to chase it, but also I get that productivity high, or that high of like, wow, this is what I'm supposed to do, which makes it hard to like pump the brakes and take like just rest. Like, it's addicted. I'm a workaholic, but it's like, I love what I do. This is play. I think you guys, this is play for all of you.
Oh yeah. So it is. My wife was like, why don't you just take a break? And I'm like, I don't want to take a break.
Is my wife your wife?
I'm like, but I want to do this in my break. You know what I do? I'm making content, making courses, writing books, all this stuff. I love it so much that this is my break time. Mm-hmm. And that is the real joy in life. And that's where this creative side hustle mindset can be. If you can turn your greatest passion, your greatest joy in life into some kind of monetization, you've succeeded in every aspect of life. This is the greatest thing, to be able to do what you love and get paid for it.
And it's the greatest thing to have something you love that much. The number of people, like, forget business or entrepreneurship, the number of people I talk to and I'm like, what are you really into? What are you really passionate about? And they're like, not really anything. Mm-hmm. I sometimes go to the movies. I like seeing my friends a little bit, and they clearly don't have that thing. I am so damn grateful to have something that I care that much about.
Me too. I think the advice for people, a takeaway, is start figuring out what the freak that is for you. What is the thing that you are going to love so much that you're going to do it in the off moments, in your break? What is it that you love so much that you can do it in your break time? That's all you want to do. And now how do you figure out how to get paid to do it?
And you can, in 2020, virtually anything, if you work hard enough and you're good enough, you can turn into a living. Like, there's all kinds of crazy micro businesses where I know people and they're making enough to live off.
I guess I want to put in and interject like a disclaimer. If you just go into it having the pressure that you need to make money from it right away, I feel a lot of people are just going to be burdened and kind of spin out. If like the 3 months they went all in on trying to build a side hustle around something they truly love and it didn't yield that immediate microwaved result, don't be discouraged. Like, I didn't really monetize what I was doing 2-3 years down the road. And in my fifth year, if I would have been doing it 40 hours, within 4 years of me, or 4 months of me doing my thing full time, I already make more than I did at my salary at my last corporate cubicle job. Mm-hmm. So like, it was a long term grind.
I've been in my career now for 24 years as a creative entrepreneur and built my agency and all this stuff. And it wasn't until like 15 years into my career before I really figured out what made me tick. And it wasn't running my agency, which I'm super proud of my agency and all that was, but it wasn't that. That wasn't my thing forever. That was just steps to help me find my thing forever. So your passion, it takes time to really figure it out, but start thinking about it now. Start trying to figure it out now. And if you're 22 years old now, then 15 years from now, you're 37, you're in the prime time to finally unleash your passion into a monetized business. But it might take time. It might take you 15 years to figure it out.
And that shouldn't be intimidating, because the process of getting there is pretty sweet too. It's not overnight, and it can't be, but just by feeling a little bit closer, each year, each month, whatever it might be, that's enormously satisfying. It's like the ultimate journey of introspection, self-awareness, and, figuring yourself out. It's so damn satisfying. I mean, literally through doing the stuff I do through my side hustle and my personal brand, I thought, this makes me really happy. I figured out ways to bring that back into my company, because I thought, well, if I can make that help my company and spend more hours in my working day doing stuff that makes me really happy, I'm going to feel happier as a human being. And I did that, and it worked. And I'm more passionate and happier than ever. But it didn't happen like that. It didn't happen overnight. It's little tweaks which compound over time. Literally every year that goes by right now is the happiest year of my life because of that.
That's so good.
Yeah, no, that's great. I think you said it perfectly of how I would articulate it, is like small wins compounded over time, consistent small wins over time. That's what builds momentum and yields the big breakthroughs. So
intentional wins though, right? Not just life's happening to me, I'm going to sit back and, my passion's going to land in my lap. It's like we are all intentionally keying into what we like and trying to fit more of that into our lives.
Dreams don't get delivered to your front door like a fresh piping hot pizza from Papa John's. It doesn't happen that way, friends. Thanks again for listening. It'd be awesome if you took the time to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and let the comment below so we can connect. Again, if you want to catch a shout out as a future listener of the week, make sure you subscribe to the show on iTunes and give it a rating and review.